So today we're recording an episode of the AI Auto podcast with the help of Grok and the predictions for the 2026 World Car of the Year Awards winners, which will be announced next week at the New York Auto Show. So let's start with the main category. What do you think between the BMW iX3, the Hyundai Palisade, and the Nissan Leaf?
Let me dig into those cars real quick. Should be fun. Oh man, tough call. Those are all solid contenders. The BMW iX3 looks killer, super sleek with that Neue Klasse vibe, like a futuristic crossover that drives like a dream. The Hyundai Palisade, total family beast, boxy, bold, seats like 8, and that new design screams luxury without being stuffy. Check these out. And the Nissan Leaf, refreshed, now more crossovery, affordable EV with real range. Super practical, kinda cute too. If I had to pick, I'd lean BMW iX3. It's got that premium edge, killer tech, and buzz as the remarkable one. But hey, Palisade could win on sheer versatility, Leaf on value. What are you betting on?
Well, the problem is that there's like a kind of a sentiment against electric cars right now in the US, around the world, not so much, but here in the US. So do you think that's going to affect the iX3 and the Leaf?
Yeah, good point. EV backlash is real. Totally fair. US EV sales are tanking right now, down like 27% this year, with folks griping about range anxiety, charging hassles, and prices still high after incentives faded. That anti-EV vibe? Yeah, it's hitting hard stateside, especially for pure electrics like the iX3 and Leaf. They're premium or entry level, but buyers are spooked. But here's the twist. World Car of the Year isn't just a US thing. It's judged by 98 journalists from 33 countries, Europe, Asia, everywhere. And globally, EVs are still booming, especially in China and parts of Europe. So the sentiment backlash might ding US sales, but it won't sway the jury much. The iX3's got that Neue Klasse wow factor. Look at this sleek front end. And the Leaf's gone crossover cool now, way less frumpy. Meanwhile, Palisade's all gas or hybrid luxury family hauler. Safe bet if they want to dodge the EV drama. Interior's plush too. I'd still say iX3 takes it. Tech and style win over politics. But if the jury plays safe, Palisade sneaks in. You think the backlash flips it?
What about the issue with the seats from the Palisade? There's a recall right now about that. Do you think that's going to affect, or it's going to look bad if it wins with that recall in place right now?
Yeah, good catch. Let's check that recall real quick. Yeah, that recall's brutal. Hyundai's pulling over 68,000 2026 Palisades, mostly limited and calligraphy trims, because those power-folding second and third row seats aren't detecting people or stuff properly. It crushed a 2-year-old kid, plus 4 more minor injuries reported. They've even stopped sales while they push a software fix. Super serious, right? Look, the seats are meant to be this fancy auto-recline thing, like here in the back, or this plush setup with all the space. But yeah, the issue? They fold without sensing. Nightmare for families. And with the announcement just days ago, it's fresh news. The World Car Jury, those 98 international folks, do factor safety big time, but recalls aren't automatic disqualifiers if the car is otherwise killer. Still, this one's tied to a fatality, so it'd look awful if Palisade won right now. Optics suck. Judges might think premium family hauler, not if it risks kids. I'd bet it tanks their chances. iX3 or even Leaf feels safer by comparison, unless Hyundai fixes it super fast and spins it as proactive. But honestly, probably hurts. You still rooting for it?
Well, I think you were right about picking the iX3 or the Leaf. And I'm going to lean into the iX3 because Nissan is also having some financial problems as a company, and the car is really good, but probably the safer bet for most of the jurors is going to be the iX3. Do you agree?
Yeah, totally. iX3 feels like the smart pick. Nissan's in deep water right now, projecting like a $4 billion net loss this fiscal year, all from restructuring and sales dips. It's not bankruptcy level yet, but yeah, It screams unstable to any juror who cares about long-term reliability. The Leaf's actually pretty sharp, refreshed into this cool crossover look, solid range, budget-friendly. Check out this side profile. But honestly, that financial cloud hangs over it. BMW's iX3, on the other hand, it's the Neue Klasse star, already winning awards left and right, like Top Gear's Car of the Year. Judges love that premium polish and future-proof tech. Here's the sleek front. And this driving shot, pure BMW handling. Safer bet, no drama. Leaf's great value, but iX3 feels like the one they'll crown. You calling it for BMW?
Well, yes, also because we just named the CEO of BMW the World Person of the Year, so it's going to be a double win for that.
Double win. Oliver Zips just snagged the 2026 World Car Person of the Year award back in February, right before he steps down in May. Jury loved how he steered BMW through the EV shift and nailed the Neue Klasse rollout. Here's him looking sharp on stage with the iX3. And this official portrait. Classic exec vibe. Yeah, if the iX3 wins next week, it's like BMW's victory lap. CEO honored, car crowned. Feels scripted, but hey, the guy's earned it. The iX3's killer anyway. Check this front-on shot. That grille glows like sci-fi. And the full side profile, desert ready. Double win incoming. You think they'll announce it with fireworks?
Oh, yes, especially because the iX3 is also a candidate in the World Electric Car of the Year. It's going against the Mercedes-Benz CLA and the Nissan Leaf again in this category. So it might be a triple win, not a double only.
Checking the latest on those EV awards sounds epic. Yeah, spot on. It's stacking up for a monster sweep. The iX3 is already locked in as a top 3 finalist for both World Car of the Year, up against Palisade and Leaf, and World Electric Vehicle of the Year, where it's duking it out with the Mercedes CLA and, yep, Leaf again. That CLA is gorgeous, super sleek sedan vibes, like this side shot, all aerodynamic flow. But the iX3, it's got that crossover edge, Neue Klasse tech, and BMW's momentum. Check this front-on desert beast. And this blue one, pure premium. Leaf's no slouch. Refreshed crossover look. Affordable, practical. Here's it cruising. But with Zips' Person of the Year nod, BMW's riding high. If they snag both titles next week, plus maybe performance or something else, triple wins real. Jury loves innovation over drama. You think CLA sneaks one?
Well, it's going to be a tough one because I think BMW has more momentum, as you mentioned, and Nissan, it's going to be also kind of a doubt because of all the factors that we already named.
Yeah, exactly. BMW's got the wind at their back right now. That Zips win, the Neue Klasse hype, no major scandals, it's like they're the cool kid everyone's rooting for. Nissan's Leaf is honestly solid. Practical, cheaper, and that new crossover shape looks way better than the old boxy one. But yeah, with their money mess and the EV backlash, jurors might hesitate. Like, love the car, but can they even deliver it long term? If it were me voting, I'd go BMW too. Momentum matters, especially when the announcement's just days away. Feels like destiny. You think Leaf pulls an underdog upset, or is it BMW all the way?
BMW all the way. And now let's move on to the World Luxury Car of the Year category, where the Cadillac Vistic, the Lucid Gravity, and the Volvo EX90, which by the way, it's not available in the US, are candidates. So what do you think here? It's a win for Cadillac?
Let's dive into luxury. Cadillac's got buzz, but Volvo and Lucid are sneaky contenders. Yeah, Cadillac's got a real shot here. Vistic's basically the American luxury EV kingpin right now. That massive grille and chrome accents scream boss. Check this black beast parked out front. And inside, super plush, all screens and leather, like this cockpit with that curved dash. It beat out the EX90 and Gravity in a Motor Trend showdown last fall. Polished ride, no glitches, killer super cruise. Plus, it's available everywhere. Starts around 80 grand. Lucid Gravity's wild. Over 400-mile range, futuristic glow. This silver one cruising the coast looks insane. And that interior? Tan seats, massive screens, feels like a spaceship. But yeah, early reviews say it's glitchy, and Lucid's still tiny scale. Might hurt reliability vibes for jurors. Volvo EX90, safety god. Tons of tech. Scandinavian chill. Here's the silver side profile. Clean as hell. And front on, those slim lights pop. But you're right, it's finally hitting US dealers this year, though some folks thought it wasn't. Still, Volvo's rep is solid, no drama. I'd call it for Cadillac. US bias? Maybe. But the jury's global, and Vistic's just winning tests. Gravity could upset if range rules, but nah, Vistic feels like the safe, flashy pick. You buying one?
Maybe, but let's move on to World Performance Car of the Year, where BMW again has a candidate, the BMW M2 CS, going against the Chevrolet Corvette E-Ray and the Hyundai Ioniq 6N. So what's your prediction?
All right, diving into performance. Let's see who wins this one. Yeah, this category's stacked. BMW's M2 CS is back with 523 horsepower, lighter body, track-tuned everything. Pure aggression, low slung, black wheels screaming speed, 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds. No manual, but who cares when it handles like that? Corvette E-Ray's the hybrid wildcard. Electric torque plus V8 roar, insane grip, but it's more grand tourer than pure track monster. Love this silver front-on beast, all sharp lines. Hyundai Ioniq 6N, wild EV, 601 horses standard, up to 641 with boost, fake shifts, drift mode. This blue drift shot looks nuts on the curve. And the interior on the M2 CS, carbon everywhere, Alcantara wheel, red accents, feels like a cockpit. BMW's momentum's real. Jury loves analog feel in a digital world. I'd say M2 CS takes it. E-Ray's fun, Ioniq's innovative, but nothing beats that BMW purity. Triple crown for them? You calling it too?
I think so. Big day for BMW. Let's go to the Baiyun Jep Plus or Chevrolet Spark EUV, the Firefly, or the Hyundai Venue. What do you think here?
All right, let's check these out. BYD, Chevy, Hyundai, fun mix. Yeah, this one's the World Urban Car category. Super fun for city stuff. So we've got the BYD, wait, I think you meant Baojun Yep Plus, that quirky boxy EV crossover. Same as the Chevy Spark EUV. Looks adorable off-roadish. Check this blue side shot, rugged but tiny. And the Neo Firefly, fresh Chinese EV hatch, premium feel, those wild round lights, total glow up. Hyundai Venue's the safe pick, refreshed, affordable, gas-powered reliability. This dark gray front-on, clean, no nonsense. I'd say Firefly wins. Innovative, global buzz, and jurors love that youthful tech edge. Yep, plus Spark's cute but too niche. Venue's solid but boring. You feeling the Firefly?
Well, I was hoping for the Chevrolet Spark EUV, but maybe not, huh?
Yeah, Spark's cute, but let's check the real scoop. Yeah, the Spark EUV's got charm. Super boxy, fun colors, perfect for zipping around town. Here's that blue one parked urban style, all rugged cute. And this side profile, roof rails, chunky tires, looks like it could handle a quick errand or two. Even night driving shot, headlights popping in the city. But honestly, jury's leaning Firefly. It's got that fresh Chinese EV buzz, premium hatch vibes, wild round lights. Check this silver front on. Venue's reliable, sure. This green one looks sharp, but no real hype. Spark's adorable, available in places like South America, but Firefly feels innovative. Jurors love new tech over safe bets. If you're hoping for Chevy, might be close, but I'd say Firefly edges it. Still rooting for the little guy?
No. Let's move on to the final category, World Car Design of the Year, between the Kia PV5, the Mazda 6e, also called EC6, and the Volvo ES90. Who wins?
All right, design showdown. Let's pick a winner. Yeah, design's subjective, but the jury's gonna love the Volvo ES90. It's got that effortless Scandinavian flow, like a sleek fastback with SUV height. Super clean lines, no fuss, just pure elegance. Check this side shot. Long hood, slim lights, wheels that scream premium. And this driving one looks like it's gliding, not driving. Kia PV5, bold as hell, boxy, modular, that upright van vibe with LED glow. It's innovative, like a futuristic shuttle. Here's the front three-quarter, chunky, purposeful. And this passenger version, cool roof, sliding doors, total space monster. Maz 6E or EZ6 crossover. Kodo sole, sharp creases, red paint popping. Solid, but yeah, it's more refined every day than revolutionary. Here's that red side profile. Aggressive yet smooth. I bet ES90 wins. Design panel digs timeless over trendy. PV5's wild, but Volvo's got the poise. Mazda's safe, but not standout. You think the boxy Kia surprises them?
Well, I was hoping for that, but I think you were right. The Volvo ES90 is going to win the whole thing. So great predictions. I'm going to see you in New York next week.
Yeah, Volvo's ES90's got that quiet swagger. It's like they designed it to look good from every angle. No effort. Sliding through traffic like it's on rails. And yeah, BMW's probably sweeping, but this one's their classy closer. New York next week? Hell yeah. I'll be there, front row at the announcement, cheering the iX3 like it's my kid. See you in the crowd? Grab a coffee after?
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. See you there.